All right, summer travel season is around the corner. If you're planning on flying, safety is likely top of mind, but you might encounter the greatest danger after you get through security. You see, when you connect to the airport Wi-Fi, experts warn there are hackers trolling these free connections and sometimes impersonating the networks, all in an effort to get your credit card numbers and other sensitive information. Let's bring in cybersecurity expert Matthew Hicks now for more on this. He's an associate professor of computer science in the College of Engineering at Virginia Tech. All right, Matthew, so explain how these fraudsters operate and why we should all be on guard.
Well, Errol, you actually nailed it. There are two main ways that hackers compromise your security of your sensitive data at the airport. One, they create fake networks that are named very similar to the official airport network in hopes that you connect directly to their network. And once you do that, they can spy on everything that you do, all the sensitive data. And even if you do manage to connect to the certified official airport network, it turns out that anytime you connect to a Wi-Fi network, airport or otherwise, and you're not entering a password, all of your data, everything you do is sent to everybody connected to that network. So while you're sitting at your terminal and you're waiting for your flight to board and you connect to even the certified airport network, basically anybody who wants to can listen into all the data that you transmit from your computer or phone across that network.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Everybody listening has done this. I'm guilty of this. Sometimes you're in a bind and you need to access the web. So what do you do when you're at the airport, you have a bad signal, and you need to get on the internet? Do you make sure there's a lock in the URL? What are some of the tips our viewers can use?
Yeah, definitely. You can, assume you're connected to an unsafe network. You can always kind of use what we call HTTPS, or just look for the little green lock or other symbol to say that you are connected to the website that you think you're connected to. Other options are you can forego the airport network entirely. Use your cell phone, create a hotspot, and use your cell phone's hotspot feature to do that. Another option for the more technically sophisticated people, especially if you're going to do something for work, is use a virtual private network, a VPN, as you've probably heard it. And that basically says we're just going to tunnel the information through this untrusted network to some place that we trust. And once you're using one of these three features, the power of cryptography ensures that everything you do can't be seen or even modified by attackers.
And in our last few seconds, what about when you're on the plane? Any other tips for folks there right now?
Yeah, the same problem is on the plane. In fact, even worse. You're not putting a real password in when you're getting on the plane's network. So everybody sitting on the plane in the sky can read everything that you're doing on the plane's network. So use a VPN, or if they block a VPN, which some airplane networks do, just don't do things that would compromise security while you're on this public Wi-Fi network.
Yikes, or read an old school book. All right, Matthew Hicks joining us from Blacksburg, Virginia. We appreciate the tips. Have a great weekend.